it's Nina here with Walla Stamping. Thanks for joining me today. So with Valentine's being basically a month away, I have got it on the brain, and it seems like every project that I have worked on over the weekend has been Valentine themed. And I think a lot of that comes from the fact that when my children were in elementary school, I was forever making little treat boxes and cards and different little things to send with them to share with their classmates. So that was a fun time for me then, and even though my kids are all grown up, it's a fun thing for me to do now and share the ideas with you. So last week I did one treat box for you and posted the video here on YouTube. Today I have another one. Actually, I have two different little styles here. Both of them are using the Stampin' Up! Tiny Clear treat boxes. Easy to put together. They're already cut and scored. All you have to do is fold on the score lines and assemble this little box, which is super simple. And then you can decorate them however you want to. Now these two I have a little Ferrero Rocher in, but of course you could put M&Ms or jelly beans or whatever kind of candy you want to put in these little boxes, and they measure 2 inches by 2 inches by 2 inches, so they're a great little size. I also have a card that I want to show you, as well as a customer appreciation free gift that I want to talk to you about, but we'll get into that in just a second. So let's go ahead and get started, and we will begin making this treat box. Alrighty then, so I did say that I had a couple of other things that I wanted to talk to you about, and one of them is this card right here, which this little treat box inspired me to make this card, and I'm going to be sharing this tonight on Walla Stamping Live on my Walla Stamping Facebook page. That starts at 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. I just wanted to invite you to join me and the other ladies that usually tune in for the Walla Stamping Live. So that's again is tonight, Monday at 7:00, and that is Central Time. So we'll be making this card. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is this cute little gabled box. This is one of our silver gable boxes, and you get these in a package. They come already cut and pre-scored. All you have to do is pop it together and decorate it however you like. So I have a kit here, and these kits contain the Berry Burst ribbon, the gable box, the Berry Burst scalloped oval, along with the Whisper White stitched shaped oval, and a piece of the Sweet Soiree Specialty Designer Series paper. So this is a kit that I'm going to be sending out to all of my customers who shop with me during the month of January and have a purchase of $50 or more before tax and shipping. So if you are shopping with me or plan to, you can expect to receive one of these kits in the mail. So with all of that being said, let me move all of this out of the way and let's start talking about these little treat boxes. So cute. This one is the one that we're going to make second. This one is the one I'm going to make first. This one I did with Calypso Coral and gold foil sheet, and then I used a piece of the Painted with Love Designer Series paper in here. So I am going to change up this and change that to Berry Burst instead of the Calypso Coral. So here's what you need to create this box. You're going to need one of the clear tiny treat boxes from Stampin' Up. When you purchase these, they come in a package like this. There's 16 in a bag, so that is a lot of little treat boxes that you could make. Now when you get them, they all come with this little plastic film on the outside, and that's there to keep them from getting scratched up while they're in the package. The other things you're going to need is a piece of Berry Burst cardstock. This is just a scrap big enough to cut out this heart. Then I have a piece of the Painted Autumn Specialty Designer Series paper, 2 15/16 by 2 15/16 square, and a piece of gold foil sheet. It's just a scrap. The framelits and thinlits I'm going to be using is the Sunshine Wishes. I'm going to be using this heart and the word love, and I'm going to be using my Layering Circles framelits dies. So let's go ahead and get started on this box. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is prepare my little plastic box here. And the way that I do that is I just fold all of my score lines and make sure that everything knows where I want it to go when I assemble the box. And it makes all those little score lines kind of loosen up and easier to manipulate when you're putting your box together. Now this is how I put mine together. I start out, as you can see, hopefully, that this little tab right here has a little kind of a U-shaped notch. I fold that in first. Then these two little side pieces that kind of have a check mark type of a notch in it, I fold those in next, and I tuck those in so that they are caught underneath that little U shape right there. And then the last piece is this one, and it has a little tab that sticks out. I just slide that in right there, and the bottom of my box is put together. Now we're going to use our designer series paper, and we're going to do just a little bit of scoring. So I have my Simply Scored scoring tool, and we're just going to score at 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. I don't think you can get any simpler than that when it comes to scoring, right? I'm going to put my designer series paper there, grab the next to the smallest plain circle. I'm going to center that up in between those score lines that are there and cut this hole out. While I have my big shot out, I'm going to go ahead and do my other cutting. So I'm going to remove that clear cutting plate, and I'm going to replace that with the what is this called? I've forgot. Precision base plates. That's what I was thinking, but for some reason my brain was telling me I was wrong. So I'm going to take my berry burst, and I'm going to put my heart on there, and I'll go ahead and cut out the word love, my other acrylic plate, and run that through. So what you want to do next is fold all of those score lines, and then take your scissors and cut straight up both of these score lines that are vertical. I'm going to move that center section out of my way, and then I'm just going to trim a little wedge out of both of these tabs. Do the same thing on this side. Now you can use adhesive if you want to. What I would recommend if you want to use adhesive is just put a little glue dot on each of those tabs. But because this is going to fit snugly down inside of my box, I don't feel like you absolutely have to have glue of any kind to put this together. Now something you want to keep in mind is the part of the box where you're going to tuck your top in, I would make that the back so that you don't see that little tab right there from the front. And so that will go in just like that. And then on the front you have those cute little hearts right there. Now I've got my Ferrero Rocher that I need to put on the inside. And this little piece is going to keep it from sliding around, but just to keep it more secure, I'm just popping a little glue dot on the bottom of that wrapper, and then I'm going to push that down in my box, because if you lean this box over on its side, then that Ferrero Rocher would not stay in place, it would fall out. So that just keeps it more secure in there. So now I'm going to decorate the front, and to attach everything I'm going to be using glue dots. So the heart is going to go on in this direction. So I'm going to start out by putting a glue dot right down here under the bottom, and then I'll just use a couple of more of them to hold this heart in place. Then I'm going to flip over the word love and put some glue dots on the back of that and use that to hold it in place. Alright, so this will go on just like that. So box number 1 is now complete. Really quick and easy to make, right? Let's move on to box number 2. So what I have done is well, let me tell you everything you're going to need first, which I've already used my piece of chocolate chip. It was also cut to 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, just like the designer series paper here. And then I have some scrap pieces of cherry cobbler, sweet sugar plum, and another piece of the gold foil. Both of these are approximately 3.5 by 4.5 inches. And then my gold foil piece here is about 1.5 inches by about 2.5 inches. So something around that size is what you're going to need. And those are going to be to cut out all these cute little hearts here. So let me show you what thinlets or framelit set I'm going to be using, and that is the Sweet and Sassy framelets. I'm going to use the smallest heart and the next to the smallest heart. I like to double up my cardstock when I'm using a framelit like this because it can cut through both of them. And this is a time saver for you to be able to cut through 2 pieces at once. So I'm just going to cut out as many as I can from these 2 pieces of paper. And I'm going to do that off camera, and then we'll come back and put all this together. I've got all of my hearts cut out. The next thing that you'll want to do is either take your bone folder or your stylus and just score a line right down the center of each of these hearts, just like that, because we're going to be folding them in half. So then you'll just take each one and give them a gentle little fold. Then we'll start applying these to the front of our box. And I'm going to start off with one of the sweet sugar plum. And I'm going to come in here and lay this down right here like this. And it is going to hang over the edge of the box, but that's okay. Since it has that fold line, when you lay it down, it will still sit flat. Then I'm going to take a red one next and put that right here. So I'm just going to speed up the film and continue building my hearts and show you how I did mine. What do you think about today's project? Would you agree that it is really quick and easy, as well as being an adorable way to give somebody a little bit of chocolate? I think that it is. And don't forget about my customer appreciation gift during the month of January. And I hope that you will join me tonight for Walla Stamping Live. Be sure to visit my blog so that you can get your instruction sheet on how to make this project, as well as see a list of all of the product that I've used to make this project with. And there's also a link below this video in the description box that has a list of all of the product that I've used as well. And while you're there getting your instruction sheet, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. You'll get exclusive tutorials from me just for being in my Walla Stamping newsletter family. So I hope that you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.